Beside the 3 flip charts with the agenda, I prepared a 4th flip chart with some rules of the seminar, rules of the training, since here in Turkey we will work. It's a Western company, but in Turkey, a Turkish subsidy, so to say, and we will work with some rules I want to propose. Normally I should check it with the HR director, but I will not. I mean, a little bit risk-taking is okay, because I will take risks all day, coming from the West, being also someone with a Turkish background, but still living in Switzerland, in Germany, as well as in Turkey. It's always a risk. In which culture are you still working right now? And sometimes you say sentences which maybe belong to the one country or the other, and they sometimes look at like this, but this is okay, I can work with it. So the rules I have written down is liderler açıktır, çekinmezler, means leaders are open and they are not afraid of showing themselves. The second, this is important because since there are 3 levels, the CEO, the directors, and even 1 level below, I want to show them that they have to open up and they have to talk about their difficult parts, about failures maybe. Otherwise, there is no learning possible. So if they just take on a poker face and be cool, this is not the way they should show themselves. That's why I say a good leader is not afraid about talking, about communicating, about showing himself or herself. Second rule is we are role models. So I want to say to them, the more you open up, the more your people later on will open up themselves in the dialogues, in the performance evaluation dialogues, talking about their difficult moments, about their difficult behavior or attitude. Then a third rule is I don't leave any questions inside me. So if I have an idea, if I have a question, I ask it. This is important, that there is an open dialogue, open communication. Then I also wrote down that this is something like a laboratory. Means the better we shoulder ourselves here, we train, so we will have some training units, of course, exercises, we will work on cases, on case studies, which we have prepared. So someone who is a low performer, and how do I write down this on the evaluation form? Someone who is a high performer, but not really clear with his behavior, so what do I do then? So these case studies we will work through. Therefore I wrote down this, that here it's a laboratory, means we have closed doors, and whatever we do here, it's up to us, and we can work on it openly. Then I have written down that the best way of learning is if I really are able on looking on my shadow side, not only on the bright side, on the sunny side. So leading in sunshine is very easy, but what about the difficult parts? Therefore I say, let's learn by showing the difficult parts. And if we do some fishbowl training, we don't work here with a video taping, so we don't do this here with the colleagues. Since they are managers, since this is a subsidy, and the trust level, we don't to push and challenge too much. So the next rule is the more we deepen the difficulties, look at the difficult parts in the procedure, in the steps, in the preparation of such a talk, performance talk, in the conducting phase, so to say in the middle phase, and then in the closing phase, the better we will trust ourselves later on in the real dialogues, the performance dialogues. And the last rule, maybe this could be a little bit strange for them, but I don't know, maybe not. I said it is important that we work in the Turkish culture, with the Turkish language of course, we have translated everything. Although some companies say our company language is English and then the subsidy has to talk English as well, and this would be a good training, but this time we will talk more Turkish. So the rule is the Turkish culture is important as well as the Western culture. So, and also the rule, it's not only Turkish culture and Western culture, it's much more complex because it's also corporate culture and the subsidy culture. So we have to work on these differences, and I will try to help them to bridge those different cultures. I can talk for the Western culture, I can talk for the Turkish culture, but I can also talk from the corporate culture, which I am a trainer of here now, training in the subsidy, although to this contract the local CEO as well as the HR director is part of, as well as the subsidy culture. So this will be important at the beginning to agree on these rules, and I left a little bit space, maybe, and I hope that they have also some rules they want to tackle down. I didn't put the rule of confidentiality. I don't know how it will work, since there are different levels, since there are colleagues. If they would be a lower level, let's say employees, I would say whatever we saw here will stay here, but on the management level, I don't know. I don't want to push this too much. It's up to them how they talk about each other, etc. Maybe I will check with them if it's an issue or not. This is the point. Yes, I should talk with them about this.